Hello and welcome to our midweek conversation at First Baptist Sweetwater, where we strive to be the first responders of God's love. My name's Jerry Hendricks. I'm back from New Orleans, and I'm here with my good friend T. Hamilton.
I did not go to New Orleans.
You've been.
But I was jealous because I love New Orleans.
Well, it had been a while since I had been, and my son James, my basketball traveling partner,
soon to be married son James,
he had never been. And so I underestimated the food element. I mean, because we're so accustomed, when we follow our team, we don't make it about the game because it's brutal. There've been many brutal seasons.
Right.
We make it about the food.
Right.
And Austin's a good place to scope out and find some good food. Had no thought ahead of time going into this what a treat we were going to be in for on this trip to New Orleans.
I love the food in New Orleans.
It was absolutely the best food on any trip that we've had. We got to talking about that later. We went to Arizona a while back, Phoenix, and then also Minneapolis in 2019, and probably not near the food culture that New Orleans is.
No, especially Minneapolis. That just doesn't seem very foodie friendly.
I know.
I always get questioned whenever I say I love the food in New Orleans because I don't like fish.
Right.
But I love seafood.
Yeah. Well, it was a good time. The best basketball tournament that we've witnessed. And so...
and you saw Coach K, retirement year.
We saw his last game. And then we're Kansas Jayhawk fans.
Good.
It's difficult because they're in the Big 12. But...
Right. But they're like the northern Big 12, right?
If no one else, if all the rest of the Big 12 has dropped out, then it's appropriate for us to go ahead and support them. So, but yeah, and it was one of James's earliest Final Fours. Kansas won. It was 2008 was the last time they won. And so, anyhow, I had 3 different shirts of the three of the 4 teams because we've been in their venues
UNC,
on their campuses.
Kansas, and who was the other one?
Villanova was the 4th. Yeah, and so it was a little confusing on trying to decide what shirt to wear on what day. But anyways,
you take it to change.
Yeah, right. Because anyways, but we had a great time, and are glad to be back. We're back. We got back last night. I'm over in the office this morning.
You're awful chipper this morning.
And here we are. I love getting back and getting settled in. And in particular, and I was in my prayer time this morning, I started to say I was reminding the Lord. The Lord is already aware. Okay, let's just put that out there.
Right.
But the Lord was helping me remember that these next 3 Sundays are very special Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, even in just the little bit since I've gotten in the office and, I'm busy sorting things, clearing out email and stuff, but anxious to get to those events because we've already done so much planning.
Right.
Well, the other thing is that we ordered some things
that
are going to be new parts to our worship this year. And I happened to catch it this morning when I saw the big box, and I had no idea what was in it. But
that's how pandemic was. Boxes arrived, and you're like, "When did I order that?"
Yeah, right. So we, I think, because I was going to be gone, and because of the magnitude of these Sundays, we've done a lot of advanced planning, and so real excited about these next 3 weeks, and so looking forward to it. This coming Sunday is Palm Sunday.
Yes, it is. And you were talking about the boxes, and we've received some special stuff. I think I had a first. Usually people run and chase down UPS.
Do they?
Yeah.
Or is that just you?
No. When they miss something or they want to get it, or they chase down UPS, you'll see people post the other day, or yesterday actually, UPS waved me down.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Said, I've got stuff for you, and y'all weren't at the office during lunch. And so he pulled me over and unloaded. I've never been chased down by UPS, but now I have.
That's funny.
So I don't know how many people have. But yeah, Palm Sunday is always a special Sunday, and it kicks off Holy Week in just a great way.
Yeah, it's we have so many people involved in this the first Sunday of this Holy Week, and with children, we've added an element for students to be involved, and then our worship choir will be singing, and it's just a real triumphant, meaningful day.
Right, very interactive, and ends well too. Like
Right.
the ending's going to be very special too.
Yeah, and that's what we kind of strive for, is trying to, and even in our getting the morning started, coffee time this morning, you and I were talking about this kind of service, and it triggered another idea. I don't know if we probably can't pull it off this year.
Oh, we can pull off almost anything except for getting Bob Goff to call in.
But where is that guy?
I don't know. I haven't seen
You
him
must have
lately.
lost his number.
No, I still got it. He lost mine.
Yeah. So, but because we think there's significance in living in the tension between the celebration of Jesus coming into Jerusalem, and also as we exit that service, knowing that that there's a lot that happens in our faith story before that following Sunday.
Right. And it's okay to take each day a day at a time.
Right. And
There's no reason to spend 40 days of Lent slowing down and preparing,
Right.
and then rush through Holy Week.
Right.
It kind of just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and so that makes it a very unique service, and set up for what we want to experience, but also a very meaningful and something that we can look forward to year in, year out, I think, as we go through this experience together.
Right. Yeah, we also have special Holy Week Lenten lunches that
Right.
are exciting. We get to go to different places and hear a message about Holy Week, and also eat, which again, it's all about the food.
Eating is necessary,
Yeah.
and at its best, it's good.
Yes. Yeah, that's always fun.
So,
Yeah, we travel around.
Right,
We're
and I
actually
think-
sponsoring Wednesday.
Right. So it's coordinated through our Ministerial Alliance, and in that we have most of the venues are partnered up with someone. I guess,
Right.
well, the first one isn't, but the first meal, lunch, is at Trinity Baptist
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be First United Methodist will be host, and we'll be preparing the meal.
We're the cooks with the most.
Yeah,
Right.
and then on Thursday we'll be at Highland Heights Methodist Church.
Where is that?
That is on Lamar by the interstate.
Yeah, it's that one that's kind of on the hill there.
Right.
Um,
And I forget who their partner church is.
but it's exciting. I think this will be their first time to host.
Yeah, yes, it is.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Getting me a part of that.
And that's one of those things that I think, maybe we reference Ministerial Alliance, or people are aware that there is a Ministerial Alliance. It's an organization of pastors that meet on a regular basis to talk about needs in the community and things that we can do together. And this has become one of the highlights, even though is this only the second time or third time that we've done this way for Holy Week?
Oh, that we've done it during Holy Week. I think it's only twice, because
Yeah.
I think we started right before pandemic.
Yeah, we did previously Lenten lunches, and they were spaced out every other week, and the rhythm was just kind of off. And then we thought that this would be a better way to make the most of this week, and bringing us together, bringing our people together. And so we'd invite our folks to participate in all these. I know that the tendency is to only participate in the one that your church hosts, but we're hoping that we'll have good representation at each of these, because it is another one of those steps of that we were able to walk during the week and experience together.
Yeah, we really wanted it to be about spiritual formation, not about just being a host.
Right.
Not just showing up and having food, but really experiencing spiritual formation during the week of Holy Week.
Right. And so as we're trying to help our folks, our listeners through this podcast, one of the things that you can do is follow us on social media, where we post our readings. All of our readings, the bulk of the readings that we provide, are a part of the Christian calendar. And so when you come into a high season like Lent and Passion Week, and then Easter, and then the Sundays of Easter, you have the opportunity through Scripture to read the story as a part of your devotional life. And even if you use another source for your devotions, morning devotions, then this one provides a really good reading for you day by day.
Right.
It includes a psalm, Old Testament readings, and in this case, they're prophecies, and then some New Testament letter, because Paul is well versed in the cross, in the crucifixion, and what that means to our faith, and then also the readings that will prepare us for Sunday.
Yeah. On Easter, there's actually three readings. There's a morning, noon, and night.
Is that right? All that stuff becomes a blur to me after a while.
Yeah, it does.
Because I'm the one that puts all that in.
Right.
And it's just sort of a grid sometimes. But yeah, so that's leading us up to through Holy Week, and then the service that we have on Good Friday is I believe that we're the only church in town that has a Good Friday service.
Okay.
We try to have it early enough. This is one of the frustrating points. We realize that for many folks, that day is a day out of work, a day off of work. And so we try to have it early enough that we don't get involved into your Friday night family activities or
Right.
the coming and going. So it's at 6 o'clock. And the downside of that is that when we finish the service, it's still light outside.
Right. For a service of shadows, it's light outside.
Yeah,
But it is one of the most powerful services we experience all year.
And it's really a simple service, a lot like the others that we do throughout the year that are extra services. But we'll be reading scripture, we'll be singing hymns, and then we'll be extinguishing the lights. And it's one of those. I'm trying to think exact. I referred to it as a solemn worship. And if you're a person who is reflective in your worship and enjoys the solitude or solemnness of reflective thought as a part of your faith development, then these kinds of services really add meaning to your life. Now, if you're a person who does not practice some of those kinds of things, either in your devotional life or your faith life, I would say come and be a part of this, because I don't know that there's anything that is. It's hard not. I think the fear on reflection is I can't concentrate.
Right.
And being a person who's easily distracted, I can see where you're coming from. But this is not one of those services.
Yeah.
You're not going to be distracted.
No,
and
so it's not a long service.
No,
Sunday's an hour and 15, whatever. But that service is 30 to 45 minutes.
Right. Yeah. So it fits right in with hopefully the rest of the activities that you may plan for after that. So, and then our Resurrection Sunday service is going to be at 10 a.m. and we don't have Bible study that day. We change our schedule for that really because we know that, or I've said that there's not a more hectic Sunday in the year for families than Easter Sunday.
You got to hunt Easter eggs. You got to take pictures in your dresses. I mean, there's all kinds of family stuff going on.
You got to get those
morning.
dresses on.
Yep, first thing in
the
the morning.
Those bows in the hair.
Yep.
Boys,
the bows.
Boys are having to wear slacks instead of shorts.
They're having to wear ties and sometimes bow ties.
It's a whole different deal.
Right.
Now, Teak and I, we're going to be dressed pretty much the same as we are every Sunday.
Correct.
So,
correct.
Anyway, but kids, students, that's not going to help you out at all.
No.
So don't use that with your parents.
No.
And so, so it is. So in order to alleviate some of that stress and tension, we have just one service. We don't, because we start early, we don't worry so much about the time.
Right.
It'll go for a little over an hour probably.
Right.
Where normally our services last about an hour or 65 minutes, something like that. So anyways, then following the next Sunday, we will have communion together.
Right.
And so
which was intentional.
Right. And so one of the things, because we talk a lot about keeping the story together,
right,
not jumping ahead or just skimming over certain parts of the Christian calendar or the story of God in our world, in our time. And so it's hard to know where to place certain things so that even the placement or the calendaring of it adds meaning to it. So in that case, we don't have to do a lot because it's all the emotion and feeling and experience is already there.
Right.
Like a Christmas Eve candlelight service.
Right.
It'd be real hard to blow that service.
That is true.
You know, because there's just so much anticipation and fun around it. Well, on the Easter side of the planning, one of the things that kind of stands out as a worship experience is communion, and when is the best time to place that. If you're in a tradition that doesn't require that every Sunday,
right.
Where can you place that to add the most meaning to this story that's evolving? And so we chose to do that so that it doesn't get confused in the timing, I think, so much during Holy Week and Palm Sunday and or Passion Week, if you want to look at it that way. And so we do it following as sort of a reflection on the entirety of that experience.
Right.
So,
because you can't do it on Palm Sunday because Jesus enters as a king. You're not focused on the death or the resurrection. You're focused on King.
Right.
You can't really do it on Good Friday because you're extinguishing and you're leaving Jesus on the cross and putting him in the tomb, and you don't want to do it on Resurrection Sunday because you're celebrating the empty tomb and the power of that. So there's really no good place to do it.
The only other place, and we've talked about this, would be a Maundy Thursday service.
Right. The original
and we've not done that one. And I think the struggle that we have, you and I have, is that we would, in terms of simple church, I would let the calendar get real complicated during this period because I don't want us to miss anything.
Right, because if you think about it, you'd have Sunday for Palm Sunday, and then you'd have Wednesday night service with kids and youth, and then you'd have a Monday, Thursday service on Thursday, and then a Good Friday service on Friday. Yeah. And then by the time you've been here a lot.
Yeah, and for two guys who that's what we do, that's our vocation, that's one thing.
Right.
But we realize that, there's other things going on in the world that occupy people's schedules.
Yeah, for some reason, like Little League and softball, they don't shape their seasons around Christian holidays. I don't understand why.
I don't know either. Anyways. But a lot to look forward to. We are excited about these weeks, and we know that many of you are as well. So let's be praying for one another, praying for others, other churches and others that will be experiencing worship in unique ways during the season. So we'll look forward to being a part of that celebration with you this Sunday at 10:30, live or online.
See you then.